What's going on? Welcome to a new season of Klamtucky Bourbon Boys. We didn't forget about you guys. We came back.
Yeah, revamped, refreshed. Happy New Year.
Rehydrated.
For now.
So I'm gonna blame Dave, give Dave credit, however you want to look at it for this episode, because he's been kind of stirring the pot here with the Bourbon Boys and some other varieties. So I used to be a wine guy way back, and I got away from it years ago, but kind of been getting back into it lately. And since you've been bringing some beers, well, you know what? I'm gonna share a bourbon-related wine, and then a wine-related bourbon. How's that?
Yeah, we were trying to come up with a name before the show. I forgot yours. I came up with alcohol conundrum, and that just not
It was kind of an alcohol crossroads.
bourbon crossroads.
Bourbon crossroads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. We did one earlier last year. The Stranahan's aged in a Anhil tequila barrel.
Yeah.
And then I have a tequila, not bourbon, but aged in a cognac barrel. And it's good.
It is. It adds a nice twist to it. So I don't feel like I'm cheating on my bourbon bottles when I'm having a glass of wine.
Yeah, they're okay.
So
They still sit there and watch you.
right, yeah, they're kind of sick that way. Anyway, so I figure we'll start off with the wine. It's a slightly lower proof than the bourbon is,
Huh, yeah, I hope so.
right? So it's Behringer Brothers. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon. It is a 2020 vintage and 14.5% alcohol by volume. So I guess if you were to proof that out, that'd be 29 proof. And it's been aged 60 days in white oak bourbon barrels. Didn't say what the source was, just white oak bourbon barrels. So
Sorry.
anyway,
Sorry.
it's all right.
So here,
Got my buddy Ben and his band playing in the background here. So there it is, Behringer Brothers. Actually, I've been to that winery before years ago. And nice place. It's one of the longest, or most, I think it is the longest continuously producing vineyard there in Cali. So, or in that region, the Napa Valley region. Definitely has a hint of bourbon on it. I thought I picked up on it.
yeah, it's very oaky and grape oaky.
Okay.
It's almost like you got a glass of bourbon here and a regular glass of wine here, and you're
Kind of cross sniffing.
weird. Right here, I guess I'm pouring you some.
That's all right. Well, thank you, sir.
I'll trade you. Well, this one was over here. You can pour the other one.
I actually had to resort to stealing some of the wife's wine. I guess it's a wine goblet or whatever the heck it is. But we used to have wine glasses. I don't know what happened to them, but I'm getting like blackberry.
Okay, yeah, the oak was definitely more in the bottle than from the glass.
Dark chocolate?
It smells like fresh blueberries.
All right. Maybe a little coconut?
How you do that? Yes.
All right, I gotta be honest with them. On my notes on the whole whiteboard over there, I've got all the tasting notes that were on the bottles. So I'm not quite the savant you might think.
No, coconut is not on. Oh no, that's
It's
Bardstown.
the coconut.
Oh.
Yeah, blackberry, dark chocolate, vanilla. Those are all the notes that were on it. I don't really get the dark chocolate, to be honest with you. Definitely get the oak there.
And see, so I'm not usually a fan of, I'll abbreviate, Cab Sav, but I really like the Cab Francs.
Okay.
And this does not.
It's not as dry as a Cab Sav.
Right, yeah, the finish, I think the taste is pretty much the same, but the finish on usually a Sav is just, and it's done.
Right.
This is, and maybe it's the barrel, maybe the bourbon.
I've never had anything that bourbon didn't make better. Including my first marriage. Hey. I'm being real.
All right, man.
No, it's so if you follow us on Facebook, the Big Rooster Media page, I did share a Cooper and Thief, and that was a blended red that was finished in with bourbon barrels or in bourbon barrels, and I think between the two, I like that one better, and because of that, it's gone, so I don't have it to compare with. I'll have to pick up another bottle. They're both really good, though.
And yeah, so that one had more bourbon oomph. This, to me, just smoothed out the Cab Sav.
Outside of getting some oak, yeah, it smoothed it out. But I do get a lot of the oak off of it.
And see, that's maybe your sophisticated palate. To me, I'm just glad the end is not abrupt on a normal cab.
And it doesn't make your tongue want to shrivel up like you sprinkled salt on it. I mean, it just it's not that really, really heavy, dry finish that you get on some of the Sauvignons.
No, that's a good. Yeah, I'd find that again.
And it's kind of a whiskey-looking bottle, so I thought it was only appropriate.
Well, I'm just glad it's not me falling off the rails this week.
Right? Well,
although I have to say, I didn't bring anything today. You were nice enough to come up with your own. What are we? Bourbon Crossroad.
Bourbon Crossroads, yeah. So I'm not gonna wipe that out right now. Oh. So on the bourbon side of things.
I can. You want to pour it all?
Oh, absolutely.
I can elaborate.
Yes,
I can talk it.
Roll with it.
Talk it. So I believe we did pick this one up from Source, but this is Bardstown Silver Oak, and this was one of their special releases this year, I believe.
24. We're actually in 25. Gotcha.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, it was a fresh release when we were in Kentucky.
So yeah, this was a local source, Bardstown Silver Oak. It is finished in Cabernet barrels, and it's hitting about 108 proof.
You know, and I've got to clarify something, not specific to this, but if you guys, any of you watched the solo episode of Bourbon Boys I did a while ago, I stated that all bourbons are going to be the same on the nose, and I left it at that. And that is pretty much sacrilege. What I should have said, and to clarify, all bourbons have similar notes on the nose, but they also have their own distinctive things. You're always going to get maybe some molasses or caramel or some vanillas. That's pretty standard fare across the bourbon world. But then you get something like this that's finished in Cabernet barrels, and you're definitely going to get something different. And every bourbon, obviously, isn't going to be exactly the same. They're just going to have some similar notes on for the base, but they're all going to be, for the most part, fairly unique as well. They're going to have different hints to them.
Well, I think that's the same. I see what you're saying. That's a fair statement because, I mean, if you go in to the liquor store, it doesn't matter what you're in the bourbon section for a reason.
Right.
You're not looking at gin, and gin's the same way, or vodka, although we can debate on that because there's no taste of that. But they each have their pinpoint, and then
Right.
kind of spread from there. So
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
Yes, but I did leave it. So that episode is the only episode we've ever done where we actually got a thumbs down on YouTube, and
I wasn't
and
there.
You weren't there.
Hey!
So I'm like, I don't know if that's the reason why. If you guys just didn't like my approach to that episode, because I kind of did it in a whole different avenue than what we typically do. I just figured I'd throw a twist at you. But yeah, that was a pretty vague and inaccurate statement. So I just wanted to clarify.
Oh, we didn't. So I'm gonna cover you up again. Sorry.
That's okay.
Here, give him the. And we're still looking for. Maybe we can get Orkin, local Klamath Falls Orkin.
I don't. Yeah.
But no. So this is. It does got some legs. It's not very. There you go.
I'm just such a huge fan of
Kind of a fast
Bardstown.
runner, but there are legs on there.
Yeah. Yeah, they're sprinter's legs, kind of long and thin.
Flojo legs.
Man, that's a good thing. Good bourbon.
And see, if I was more, sorry, we were both kind of quiet. If I was more of a wine guy, I could probably pick out more poppy wine notes. That's a delicious bourbon. I mean, you can't. It pairs well together.
It definitely has that fruitiness that you would pick up from the wine. You know, the grapey kind of. I don't even know if I could identify it as grape if I didn't know any better. But there's a dark fruit background to it.
And I hate to say it. Sorry, I hate to say it for Bardstown. It is a little dry.
It is a dry one.
Just
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is.
Not enough to.
Not hurting my feelings. Yeah, of the three Bardstowns, so I brought the Discovery Series 11 and 12 back, and in this bottle. And I brought this one back. If you guys you frequent bourbon shows on the internet, Bruzel, if you're familiar with him, it's one that he recommended. And then while we were actually at Bardstown Distillery store, talking to the gentleman there, and I got to say, I think I mentioned it before, but their staff is great there. And kind of mentioned the notes in that we were looking for, and the fruity background that my wife likes, and so this was one that he kind of pointed out and steered me in the direction of, and I'm not disappointed in it. But of the three, it's probably my third. I think the Series 12, the Series 11, and then this is my order of appreciation. Now, that being said, they're all good. So,
Yeah, I think all three ranks above. I could name several bottles. Yeah, Bardstown as a whole is one of my favorite distillers, or mixers, whatever you want to. Fiddlers.
right?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite places.
And there's just something about their bottle. It's simple but clean. The whole joint is just classy. Their product is, their facilities are. They do a great job. I mean, that was one of the classiest showrooms, if you will. You know, where the white lighted walls with all that was felt like I was shopping for a Bentley.
And it has been a minute, just to reiterate. We did go to Bardstown on Bourbon Street. Is it? No, not Bourbon Street. Main Street?
I think it was just the Main Street there in Louisville.
So everybody's on the same street. Old Forester, Evan Williams. They're all in that street. Michigers. So yes, this is
Row or
the
Bourbon Row.
showroom of Bardstown. Now we did not make it to the distiller, which is, it gets confusing. Bardstown, Kentucky is where Bardstown is distilled.
Right.
But we did not get there. That is on the note for next year.
It is. So yeah, they're smart. I mean, you have Whiskey Row or Bourbon Row or whatever they call it there, and so they have a very nice showroom, retail
Yeah,
location,
storefront, I guess. Yeah.
storefront, and beautiful. And so I enjoyed that. And again, like I said, friendly staff, very helpful. Tell them what you're after, and they can guide you to the proper whiskey. So, yeah. But going back and forth, I finished that already. Must have been thirsty.
I'm enjoying. They mix well together. Also, I mean, maybe we should bring wine to the next tasting.
Yeah, if you're just looking to get train wrecked and you want to drink whiskey and wine together, I mean, it's on you. But
no.
not that I condone or recommend that behavior.
It's probably that wine is awfully fruity. Maybe because the berries or whatever pairs well with bourbon. That's probably.
You know what I find interesting is now that I've had the bourbon and I go back to the wine, I'm picking up more of the fruit off of the wine. A lot more pronounced. Blackberry is one of the tasting notes that they have on the bottle, and I'm definitely getting the kick of the blackberry now. It's kind of interesting. Not so much the vanilla. I am definitely still getting the toasted coconut, but that berry just pops now. It seems like the bourbon brought that to life.
I'm not getting much. I mean, the bourbon is delicious. I'm not getting. It is weird. It's kind of a one-way effect. You're getting more out of the wine, but I'm not getting a whole lot more out of the bourbon.
Yeah. I better revisit that.
Maybe you mispoured the first time.
Try to. Let's do this for you guys.
Yeah, this is research.
And I'm enjoying it that much. I'm just, want to make sure that giving them proper analysis. Yeah, and real quick, while I'm on here, kind of a personal aside, but my brother-in-law and his crew are down fighting the fires in Southern California. And I know he likes to watch the program when he takes a break when he's out on fires. So shout out to you, Dan, and your crew, and thanks for what you're doing, and stay safe, man.
Okay, I heard about the Malibu fire like right before Christmas, but there's more.
Oh, there's a big one going down there right now. So all the celebrity homes are burning in this one. Anyway, I can't think. I'm drawing a complete blank now, but LA area, and yeah, he just got called out. I think it was yesterday to go down there to that. So
Stay safe, man.
Yeah, stay safe, bro, and hopefully we'll see you next month or so. So.
I can't elaborate on the wine very much, but yeah, it's
they really complement each other well.
Yeah,
that's crazy. It seems like the wine now I'm getting more sweetness off of the bourbon, almost like it took the dry away.
It's gonna make me go down a rabbit hole of. Is there any cocktails with both?
Well, there can be.
I'm gonna have to play around a little bit.
Oh boy,
it's like a peanut butter and jelly. I mean, they're both delicious together, but man, it's just.
You got whiskey in my chocolate. And
yeah,
peanut butter in my whiskey. Yeah, it's good. They do pair well together. That's interesting. Would have never thought about that. I just wanted to keep it wine related or bourbon related, however you want to look at it. Make sure that there was some commonality between the two, and they do. They match up well.
Yeah. Well, like I said, this was your own assignment today, but well done, sir. I wouldn't have. It sounds scary.
It does,
and we'll let you know later.
Yeah, done in small quantities. I'm sure we're safe, but I could see this turning into an absolute nightmare the next day.
Oh, yeah, that's another whole realm of possibilities, I guess. Yeah, I'm not having it. We're going to see how this one goes.
That's a potent hangover in the making with the wine and the bourbon. So, course, I always drink in moderation, so that's not an issue.
You might be. I think you've hit it on the head. I don't. I drink bourbon all the time, neat, but you might be right about the sweetness of the bourbon coming out more.
Right?
It's so weird.
Yeah, it's a really interesting pairing. That's purely by accident.
It's almost like when we have a normal tasting and you go up and get your, little plate of whatever, and you have some nuts and you have a little sippy, and then you have some, I don't know, pepperoni or some blackberry or whatever. It's different. It hits a whole nother level.
Yeah. So there you go. If you're a bourbon person but like some wine or want to try branching out a little bit, I would say either the Behringer Brothers or the Cooper and Thief bourbon barrel finish. That was good. As much as I enjoy this, I would still side with the Cooper and Thief.
Just for the bourbon oomph in the background.
Yeah.
It did have more. Maybe it was aged longer or something. It did pull more of the oaky than this one, but both delicious bottles.
What about you guys? You cross pollinate, so to speak?
That's another good one. We're gonna have to
Look at that. Or if you'd like to see us try some different pairings, not necessarily wine and bourbon, but we're willing to branch out. This isn't we're not set in stone like some of the other shows out there. We're willing to venture out of the comfort zone and try some different things. So, what would you like to see? What combinations, or maybe a bourbon and a certain wine, or a wine and a certain bourbon, or something along those lines? Hit us up and let us know in the comments.
Horrible example, but this would almost be. Have you heard of the whole Oreo and sour cream? Just a weird food combo that.
Heard of it, but yeah. And then in my head, that doesn't necessarily sound like a bad thing.
No, it tastes like a cheesecake. So.
Yeah. Do a bourbon cheesecake?
But
Bourbon Oreo cheesecake.
What are some other ones I saw? They do mayonnaise.
Don't even get me started there. Oh, man, you said it.
Man, mayonnaise, cheese, and a banana on a sandwich or something.
Man, that sounds like an episode of Unbalanced.
There's one guy I watch on Facebook that does a lot of those. But yeah, the Oreo, it's just a weird combo. Oreo and sour cream does not sound like it. It tastes like a cheesecake. I'm telling you, it's delicious. But
I'll try it.
This is kind of the alcohol version of that, I guess.
Oreos and cream cheese or sour cream. Well, I don't know. It's good. So there you go. I don't know that I could. I don't know. Dave's pretty creative. So if there's a cocktail to be had out of this, I'm pretty sure he's going to find a way. But yeah, just a nice comparison. Worked out much better than I thought it was going to, honestly. I figured there'd be some similarities just because of the bourbon commonality, but they pair well together, which is really awkward. And how do you enjoy that without paying for it the next day?
We'll see.
Yes, in moderation.
Yeah.
So, anyway, yeah, let us know what kind of weird one-off experiments you'd like to see us try with bourbon, and whether it's whiskey or wine or something else. I'm willing to give it a go.
Yeah. Can't be worse than our last show with the gummy bear and all that stuff. But anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, welcome back, guys. Welcome to
Happy New Year.
Season 2, and thank you. Numbers keep on going up, so appreciate you there.
Absolutely. Yep. And again, comment. Make it your show. We want to hear from you guys. And again, need to reach out because we did a competition or a contest on the Klamtucky Bourbon Boyz whiskey glass, and somebody hit me up and said, "Hey, yeah, I want the glass." I responded via email, and I responded on the comments on that video. And I haven't checked today, but I haven't heard back yet. And love to get you the glass. It's sitting on a shelf over there on the old lab bar. So let me know, or somebody else, if we don't hear back fairly soon.
I'll just
it might
start
be
a
up
fight.
for grabs again.
So, this is the glass we're talking about. Made in the U.S. of A. in Virginia. It's very well etched. If you know our logo, they did a very, very good job because we have a lot of
There's a lot of detail.
So yeah, it's a nice. I mean, it's thick. It's not a cheap piece of glass. So
And that is carved into the glass, etched into it. So it's not like it's gonna disappear in a couple of washings in the dishwasher. That's part of the glass. So anyway, if you were the one that responded that said you want it, I just need to know how to get it to you. And if you are not the one and we hear from somebody else, we're here in Klamath Falls, Oregon. And if you're local, I will deliver it to you. And if you're not local, then I just need an address. We'll package it up and get it shipped out.
oh,
Hey, I care, and I'm working on I got some ideas for some new swag. Maybe some ball caps coming. With the little leather patch on them, with the logo in them.
All right.
And yeah, I'm not so sure, because ball caps are kind of unisex. I don't have to buy a whole bunch of different sizes like I did on the T-shirts.
True.
So it's hard to just randomly buy T-shirts for people you don't know, and then hope that they're gonna. I still have 2 large T-shirts, so if you'd like a large Big Rooster Media T-shirt, hit me up. Let me know. But yeah, I think we're gonna do some ball caps.
Nice. More to come.
Yeah.
Let's go 2025.
Right?
And thanks to all you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys. So I think at that, maybe we'll wrap this up. And we appreciate you sticking around. And again, share your ideas with us. And there's not a whole lot that you guys could suggest that we probably wouldn't give a shot at. If you watch Unbalanced, you probably know that already. But yeah, we'd love to hear from you. So hit us up and let us know. Anyway, and hopefully we'll be back next week. Yeah, I'm getting a partial rebuild.
Maybe Dave will be unattended this time.
Maybe Dave will run it. Yeah, run
Yeah.
solo program. We'll see how I'm feeling. I'm getting a new hip installed, so next Tuesday. So we'll see how that goes. This is in my backyard, so if I'm up to it, I'll hobble on out here and we can knock one out. But other than that, yeah, maybe I'll just hand over the keys to. Well, you already got your keys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
And let him run the program.
Janitor will let me in or something.
But thanks a lot, you guys. Happy New Year to you. Thanks for following the program. And one or both of us will catch you in another week. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.